gentlemen, it's Saturday Ike Live! Your host, Ike Palmer! Stick around, the show's gonna start very soon! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 4 of Saturday Ike Live. How are we all doing? Motherfuckers? Let's go. Oh, actually, hang on. I'm actually going to quickly close my fucking door. One moment, please. What a great start, am I right? Okay, alright. Nearly fucking dies on stream. Based, alright. Let's go. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the 4th ever episode of Saturday Ike Live. I'm quite excited about this episode. Oh man, I got the fucking plastic shit stuck in my ear. What the fuck? Alright. Now that we're off to a chaotic start, I think this is either this is the peak or everything's gonna plateau and crash to the ground, because that's just how life works, right? So, as you can probably tell by the title of this stream, we're going to be talking about some very interesting things, to say the least. So, first off, we've got a little Overwatch. Now, I've never played the first Overwatch, but apparently they've released Overwatch 2, which, from what I've heard, is more of like a DLC to the original game. It's not fucking changed a thing at all whatsoever. So why even release it, I hear you ask? I don't know. That's the big question, my friends. And it's like, I don't know. If the Bible was so good, why didn't they release Bible 2? If Overwatch is so good, why did they release Overwatch 2? Because they need that money. Blizzard are like, we need to recover all of the losses after all of those harassment allegations went around. I'm not sure if they were proven one way or the other, so I'm just going to stick with the word allegations to be safe there. Better safe than sorry, right? Welcome, Mac Jr. Welcome. Bible 2 indeed. It's the shit, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Just had to fix chat a little bit. Oh no. Okay, so first up, we're going to be watching a little video of Overwatch 2, but made in Mexico, I think. So this is a lighting comparison video. Yes, very interesting. So, like I said, I've never played Overwatch, so I'm not a massive fan. I can't be like, oh my god, this is so fucked. Why could they do this? Why did they do? What the fuck just happened there? Stream trying to leak itself right now. Somebody trying to grab my fucking, what is it called? Stream key. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, look. They did the thing. They made the sunset, dude. Look, they put a little glare in it. How good is that? How amazing. They literally just went fucking Breaking Bad mode. That's all they did. They were like, let's make Overwatch but Mexican. They literally just did this. Okay, that did not work. Hang on. Please work this time. See? Here's a meme I prepared earlier, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, kind of not good, not great, not epic. Fuck Blizzard for real. Now, the second part of this was that reshade plus rebalance of a game sounds more like a major update or DLC at most. Is Overwatch 2 a separate game? I believe it is a separate game, but it's basically, it should have just been a fucking update or like a DLC, which is ridiculous. They did do some skin changes, which we got sexual harasser here. We've got thickness here, woman moment. I don't know who the fuck that is. Falcon, Captain Falcon, like from Smash Bros. I'm not a real gamer. I'm a fake gamer, ladies and gentlemen. Then we've got death. So like I said, I didn't even play the original Overwatch. So why the fuck would they make an Overwatch 2 if Ike Palmer didn't play Overwatch 1, right? Blizzard don't know what they're doing. And this is like in fucking 2016 when they nerfed Tracer. Now I was gonna get to it. The title was a little bit clickbait. It wasn't entirely about Tracer, but nonetheless, we got around to it in the end. They did in fact nerf Tracer's ass, and Widowmaker's too, and people are rightfully upset about it. And I have no sources for this. Sources are just trust me, bro. But basically, I saw a tweet where it was like, Blizzard, nerfing the asses of your characters aren't going to make everyone forget about those sexual harassment claims against your developers. It's just facts. It's just facts. People don't care about pixels on a screeny. And if they do, they're taking life too fucking seriously. It's a video game. One, you don't develop it, and two, why do you give a shit? Just relax, brother. It's fine. It's not a big fucking deal. I'm gonna fucking cry about it. I'm gonna cry so hard about it. So then we've got a little Dexerto.com article about it. Why another picture's loading? There we go. Lucio, damn. You know what? I'm not mad at them making the female characters less thick. They took Lucio's thighs away, dude. What the fuck? I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that at all. Mercy, they just changed the color. They just fucking reskin. That's it. That's the whole game. They changed it from Breaking Bad to Better Call Saul, and they think they did something, and not in a good way either. Better Call Saul is a good show. Breaking Bad, good, but not as good as Better Call Saul. I'd say Breaking Bad is based, but you know, who am I to go that far? Really, truly, you know, Reinhardt, that motherfucker. He looks like he goes hard in the paint, and they just changed the colors. That's it. Winston be squinting a little bit more. He's getting older, you know, hard of sight. Now this is where things get a bit dicey, right? Tracer, notice that? No more thickness, Not sure how I feel about that, ladies and gentlemen. Genji, they just gave him a fucking hoodie. A little bit chilly in Overwatch 2 apparently, even though it's filmed and made in Mexico. And then Mei. No one's complaining about Mei. She ain't never been thick. She's just wearing padded clothing. She frosty, you know what I'm saying? She keep it chill. That was cringe. Yeah, that's all I got for the Pokimane. Man, I kind of just leaked my next story. I hope Overwatch 2 changes the modern perspective of competitive gaming with changes like hit reg and server connections, not just aesthetics and community force changes. Yeah, one can only hope. I think the reality of the situation is it's just a visual overhaul. I don't think they're going to be changing any major mechanics. I don't think they're going to be changing like anything to do with the server connections or anything. And it's kind of sad because there was a lot of possibility here. You know what I mean? A lot of things you could do, a lot of things you could change about the original game. But they just like, fuck it. Reskin, let's go, baby. That's all we're going to do. That's our job done. See you later. We're out. We're off to harass more women, as Blizzard employees do, apparently. Alright, so that's me done for Overwatch. Like I said, I didn't even play the game. And I know it's already out, and there was an update on the 5th. So if you want to play Overwatch 2, go on. Do it. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying to do it, but do whatever the fuck you want, man. It's your life. It's a free country, whichever one you live in. Yeah, so my next story, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little interesting one. This is the main headline story of tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Pokimane versus LinusTechTips. Interesting one. You think that's a fucking crossover and a half, huh? You wouldn't expect that. So, basically what happened. Pokimane tweeted out this take. In my opinion, Twitch should just implement ads that don't directly interfere with the streamer. Sidebar, picture-in-picture, underlay, etc. I understand advertisers are essential to make a platform profitable, but intervening with the viewer's experience isn't how they should go about it. Well, LinusTechTips did not think this take was based. And I've not seen the clip of LinusTechTips, and this is what we have up next, ladies and gentlemen. We have the LinusTechTips take on Pokimane. Pokimane? Fuck, I'm stupid. Pokimane's take. Here we go. Let's get into this.
Yeah, I saw a really terrible take from a Twitch creator that was like, Twitch should just have ads that are totally non-intrusive, like to the viewer. Like their ads should just like not be intrusive. And I was looking at it going, you know, this feels like that whole thing. Remember when there was the big controversy on YouTube where they basically started enforcing like advertiser-friendly guidelines on videos, and it was affecting the rate at which you could get monetization. And you had this whole outrage from especially certain corners of YouTube that created very non-advertiser friendly content. And my take at the time, I felt like, was very controversial and not received very well, where I basically said, well, yeah, did you expect was going to happen? At some point, there was going to be a reckoning where advertisers were not going to want you. You guys don't understand. You don't work with like national and international brands. They are extremely conservative when it comes to, and obviously not all, there are exceptions, but they are extremely conservative when it comes to the associations between their brand and other things. You know, you look at the way that they will, you know, you'll watch like a Nike commercial and it's just like someone persevering, and at the end there's just like a Nike logo and there aren't even like any words or anything, because it's all about
So vague.
association.
Yeah.
They do not want the next thing you see after that logo, for the same reason they want you to see a bunch of whatever before you see the logo. They do not want the next thing you see after the logo to be something that they consider to be not brand friendly. It's just that simple. And so I feel like this is another one of those situations where I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, well, yeah, what did you think was going to happen? Do you have any idea how much Twitch costs to run? And do you think that static banner ads on a website are going to pay for it? I promise you, I give you my personal LinusTechTips guarantee that unintrusive ads are not going to pay for a site like Twitch, no matter how many of them they plastered on the page.
Unintrusive ads don't pay for the forum.
Because no advertiser is going to pay for an unintrusive ad, because they don't work, because they don't call your attention away. Obviously. No offense, whoever does not understand how web advertising works, even though it's like how they actually make a living.
Now, I've seen a couple of different takes after this. And one of the major ones is the way Linus addresses the Pokimane take, even the way he says her words, are incredibly condescending. How could he misframe her argument like this? Motherfucker, he was just saying it in a different... iterate that it wasn't his take. I think that's understandable. I think that's fair. Why cry about it? Why fucking cry? And then at the end he says, no offense. But we'll be getting into that in a minute. But I think for the most part, Linus does have a very good point, in the sense that advertisers don't want to have, like with YouTube, with the adpocalypse, they don't want to have their product advertised before or after something negative or not brand positive. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily family friendly, because then subconsciously the viewer will associate that negative thing with that product. Like, for example, the original Adpocalypse #1, when there was all those ISIS beheading videos on YouTube, and Coca-Cola pulled out and almost immediately, as soon as that like became popular, to write shitty fucking articles about that on dailymail.co.uk or whatever, they immediately pulled out. And the reason that is because every time certain, like if you saw those videos and you saw those ads on those videos, every time you see Coca-Cola, you're going to think, even if it's not consciously, you're going to think of that ISIS beheading video. You know what I mean? And it's just simple as that, as Linus said. And this is a guy who has a lot of experience in business, in marketing, and running his own business. So I think we should be taking what he says, not necessarily at face value, but the guy knows what he's talking about. He's not talking a bunch of shit out of his ass. You know what I mean? So I think he does have a right to be saying these things. You know what I mean? And so, after hearing this, Pokimane was absolutely enraged. She was fucking furious. Motherfucker was fuming. And if you know Pokimane, you know she doesn't take criticism very well. And she also, I don't know, she's like the mob don of Twitch streaming. You know what I mean? have someone say something negative about her and be like, you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes. Like, everything that happened with Gideon. I don't think he's got his Twitch channel back yet. I'm not entirely sure about that. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna... One quick Google search and we shall find out. Okay, it looks like he did not get his shit back. This is so sad. And it's interesting because, sure, the thing with Gideon, technically, very, very technically, was a hate raid. However, ratio plus L, it's a bit lame to cry about. And so, knowing Pokimane's track history with responding to controversy, especially with the YouTube creators, it seems that she really has it out for us here on YouTube. For whatever reason, I don't necessarily know. But she wants to kiss Bo Blacks on the lips for sure. He's sliding in those DMs 100%. And so, Pokimane responded. And not only did she respond, but this tweet was deleted by LinusTechTips. He responded, I can't remember exactly what he said, but this is Pokimane's response, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, just saw a clip where you discussed my tweet on your podcast. Wanted to let you know that I felt the way you read my tweet in a mocking tone, plus referred to me as nameless creator, albeit also replying to this tweet was odd and hurtful. Okay, point one. If he had named her, she would have been like, I don't like how you called me out. I don't like how you used my name and expressly pushed my opinion in that negative light. Also, the mocking tone, like I said, I don't think that was a mocking tone necessarily. I think it was just him trying to differentiate his take from hers. And sure, he could have done it a little bit differently, but come on. Are we going to be arguing semantics, motherfucker? We're going to be arguing tone, timbre, and inflection of voice? Come on, buddy. What is this? Fucking kindergarten? He called me a poopy head. What the fuck? I don't like that. Man, you smell. No, you smell. Motherfucker. What, like, 6-year-old type beat. I'm not a fan of this. As for your point, ads. I understand that less aggressive forms of advertising aren't as profitable, but that doesn't mean the current system is the best one. She kind of has a point there. In my opinion, further interrupting the essence of what makes streaming special, aka live interaction, is more detrimental to Twitch than 50-50 split instead of 70-30. I also think it would have been more productive to suggest alternatives instead of just putting down my opinion. Okay, cry about it, cope harder, buddy. For example, a rewind button that allows you to view the portion of content you missed during an ad break, or promoting Twitch Turbo, making it cheaper, adding more perks to it, etc. Okay, with the rewind button, I disagree with that because then you're always going to be, say for example, if it's like one ad, you're always going to be 30 seconds behind on the live stream. So that one doesn't really make much sense to me personally, but whatever. Cool. Or promoting Twitch Turbo, making it cheaper, adding more perks to it. Motherfuckers be like, I just bought Discord Nitro for my Discord kitten in the server. Yeah, fuck off, buddy. Cringe. Secondly, I saw you guys compare Twitch and YouTube subscription splits a lot, while lacking quite a bit of context. For example, ad rates and CPM on Twitch are far better than YouTube gaming, even if YouTube gives streamers a better split on subscriptions, which they can afford to because they're primarily a VOD platform. Okay, she's definitely like Twitch pilled hardcore, and that's understandable. She signed a contract or whatever, but come on. Is it hard to use the website's respective lingo, buddy? Come on. So in reality, the potential profit is similar, if not still better on Twitch, because it's easier for smaller streamers to make a living on Twitch than YouTube, which caters far more to established streamers. Is that an issue? Do you not think that that's an issue? Catering to established streamers? Sure, you know that those motherfuckers are going to get the views. You know that those are going to get the likes and the money, the subs. The subs, baby. Oh, Pokimane's cooming over all the subs she can get. But what about an opportunity for the little guy? The people who haven't gotten recognized yet. Now, I know I kind of sound like I'm just like, give anyone a platform, see what the fuck happens. But that's not necessarily true. I think you have to work for it. There is a lot of strategy into content creation. But, you know, I think we should give the little guy a shot, you know? We should give the unhinged people an opportunity to create a platform, because obviously it works. She's making a lot of money and she's having takes like this. Christ almighty. I've known you and admired your channels / content for a long time, so I want to express this directly to you instead of just holding on to the bad impression I got from the clip I saw. Wish you the best. Okay. She does this all the time. She's like, look, I like your content and I looked up to you, but then you said something bad about me and now I'm going to fucking destroy you, motherfucker. Your life is over. Like, I don't understand that. It's just, it makes me cry that she thinks she's so much better than everyone else that her opinion cannot be ridiculed. It's the internet, buddy. Harden up. Get used to it, pal. Shit like this happens all the time. People are gonna make fun of you, and I think it's base. We should bring bullying back. Okay, hang on. Not bullying necessarily, but criticism and people taking criticism actively. We should bring that back, 100%. But also the fact that she was like, I wanted to express this directly to you, which she didn't. She didn't take it to DMs. She tweeted about it publicly. Directly to you? I don't think so, pal. And it's not like the DMs weren't gonna get leaked anyway. She leaked the fucking Ninja DMs. And that's another situation she went fucking mask off on. She's just fucking like, fuck Ninja, fuck Tyler Blevins. Like, I don't understand. People just freak out about shit nowadays, and it's not healthy. You need to have a healthier mindset about life, about existence. You know what I mean? You need to be able to look at yourself through a non. How do I explain this? Through a non-serious lens. You know what I mean? People just take themselves way too seriously, and they're like, "Oh my god, I need to do this. I need to do that." Yeah, sure, pal. Just be yourself. Just be based. It's so easy. Stop giving a fuck what everyone else thinks. And if it's valid criticism, you need to be incredibly self-aware. And I don't mean like self-deprecating. I mean you need to be self-aware. You need to be able to look at your actions and be like, okay, even if it's in retrospect, you know, that was fucking cringe. Pokimane's obviously never done that because she keeps saying the same fucking shit every single time. This last paragraph really pissed me off because she always pulls that card. I know you for so long and I admired you and I strive to be what you were. No, you don't. Don't lie. Don't try and sweeten the pot. And like, she kind of has a little bit of a point here when she's talking about interrupting the essence of what makes streaming special. Like, the whole point of live streaming is to be able to interact with the content creator directly. And like, for example, if you're listening to ASMR on Twitch and you get like you've got it on full volume, you've got it in your headphones, you're trying to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden you hear a fucking buy a HP laptop, motherfucker. Like, you're not going to get to sleep very well. A lot of them do know when the ads are going to be coming up so they can warn you, but also if you're asleep, that shit's just gonna fucking make you bolt straight up instantly, you know? And so I kind of understand where she's coming from. However, like Linus said, having banners and ads like fucking Jerkmate on Pornhub or whatever, you know how they have the banner running on the top? That's not gonna work. It's simply not gonna work. And I'm sure that there is some other way to do it, but the fact that she's like, it would have been more productive to suggest alternatives instead of just putting down my opinion. It's your opinion. You're entitled to have it, but also people are entitled to disagree. So shut the fuck up. Stop crying. Stop coping. For real. Mag Mol had the best stream ever. I am not sure who that is. Please elaborate in the chat, Mac Jr. I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. Strive to express their personal passions purely for fun, not based off money and views. No need to perpetuate melodrama. Exactly. And that's what Pokimane does best. She creates this, like, I don't know. Like I said, she's like a mafia don. If someone says something about doesn't like. She just sicks her little lackeys on them, her fucking tier 3 subs, to destroy their life, their career. And she holds that much weight. And it could have gone either way. Like, the whole thing about mocking me and referring to me as a nameless creator. Like I said, if he'd named her, she would have cried even more about it. You can't win. And I think Linus has some valid criticisms. And obviously, he's going to talk about it if it's something that he's interested in. He's entitled to disagree with your opinion. And like I said in my last video that I uploaded, strive to express their personal passions purely for fun, not based off money and views. It's all about the money nowadays. And because YouTube's become this Goliath business, you know, and even like Twitch and all sorts of content creation platforms, the YouTubers, or the content creators, I should say, they don't do it for the reasons that they used to do it. And they can see that if I do this enough, and I can create that lightning in a bottle and reproduce it kind of thing, especially TikToks, for example. You've got a lot of TikTok creators who make the same TikTok with slight differences through each of them, but they're in essence the exact same content over and over again, and people eat that shit up because their attention spans, especially on TikTok. And now this isn't talking shit to anyone, especially content creators on TikTok. You're smart if you make content on TikTok and are successful. No, obviously, but people's attention spans when they watch TikTok, it's like fucking mush. It's like nothing. And it's kind of sad because like a lot of people who put effort into their content, for example, like animators on YouTube, they always get the short end of the stick. They get fucked. They get destroyed because it takes them like 6 months to make a 30-second clip. Whereas TikTokers can do the same video 15 different times and make hundreds of thousands of dollars and get millions and millions of views. Why is that? Why is that possible? Why is that what makes the money? And the reason people are doing it is because it makes money, and the reason it's popular is because people keep doing it. You know, it's like a never-ending cycle. You can make the change. Delete TikTok from your phone right now. Stop using the shorts and reels on fucking Instagram and YouTube, respectively. Mac Moll is a man who makes art in a trippy way, and is so genuine and cool, so expressive. See, that's what I'm saying. People need to do that. People need to be themselves more on the internet, but also need to stop being little bitches. They just need to be based. Not care what anyone else does. Stay in their own lane and just fucking vibe, dude. Just do the best you can in the best way you can. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, I think people are cringe. And that's basically it. People just make me upset with the fact that they suck. I just wish people didn't suck. Is that so hard? Can we just make people based again? Fuck. It's so sad. All the difference is them. What do you mean by that, Mac Jr.? Please elaborate. And algorithms, yes, that's exactly right. I was talking in the DMs with someone about this literally earlier, like a couple of hours ago. What makes people on Twitter blow up? Like, you could have someone post hi Twitter and get like 100,000 likes in like 4 hours. But I shitpost and nobody fucking likes it. Why? My shitposts are base, I think. But it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do the numbers. I'll get 4 likes. I'll be like, this one went off. This one did fucking numbers, pal. I just don't understand. Like, what makes the algorithms, you know what I mean? They copy, say, Seinfeld, but the difference is some random TikToker, not Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's all the same, like, shitter content copied and pasted, but it's just fucking the personality of the content creator. And I suppose you could say the same for YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I think if done well, and like now, you could argue that YouTube is like the most personal way of content creation, obviously besides streaming, you know what I mean? Or Rust is a deep rabbit hole of extremely similar content too. Like Rust? Like the game Rust? Probably. It's interesting. Interesting world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's my big rant on fucking Pokimane and LinusTechTips. Overall, if I'm going to encapsulate everything I've said into a few words, Pokimane, lame. LinusTechTips, based. Alright, there we go. The next thing I wanted to talk about, next thing on the docket, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I am going to talk about the Met Gala. I know, it's kind of lame. It's kind of cringe. But I just wanted to talk about it because the theme for this year's Met Gala was Gilded Age. Now, Gilded Age style, I'll show you right here. This is Gilded Age. These bitches, they wearing Gilded Age shit. Wow, why is that chat so large? What the fuck? Okay. Sorry, just doing some tweaking live on the air, ladies and gentlemen. That's fine. So, this is Gilded Age, right? Fucking purples and blues and golds and shit like that. Flowy dresses, a lot of lace and shit like that. But then you look at the Met Gala 2022 outfits. What's this shit? What is this shit? This is not Gilded Age. This motherfucker just wearing blocks. Like, what the fuck? Do they understand what they were asked to do? Clearly not. They got no fucking idea. Kim K wore Marilyn Monroe's dress. Yes, I believe this is Marilyn Monroe's dress. And that's also not Gilded Age. That's the 50s. Gilded Age is like fucking 1860s to 1870s. Come on. They did not. Now, if I'm going to be talking in cringe terms, they did not understand the assignment. Like, what is this? She's just wearing a fucking puffer jacket. What the fuck? Like, she roadman, but she gonna stab me for my fucking hoodie or something. She gonna stab me for my TNs, for real. Like, Christ almighty. Now, this one, I did actually think was kind of cool. This is the, I can't even remember who it was. Fucking some bitch. It's just famous people, like, I'm so cool I can afford $10,000 dresses that look like shit. The point of it is to raise money for a fucking museum. Which I think is kind of cool. Museums are awesome. Museums are great. But I think it's lame that all of these celebrities just gather around in a fucking corner and just jerk each other off and say, oh my god, your dress is so cool. Oh my god, your fucking suit is so great. When in reality, they're not that good. So this one, however, I believe it was copper. Like, all of it was like copper colored or like brass colored at the start of the night. And as the night went on, it slowly became more and more like whatever the fuck this, turquoise, I guess you'd call this color. Which I thought was kind of cool because it's like the Statue of Liberty. You know how they made it out of brass, and over time brass oxidizes and becomes turquoise. I thought that was kind of cool. And that's the only cool dress I think that there was at the Met Gala. Everything else, kind of shit. And the whole idea of it is shit. I just like famous people just like, I'm so good. I'm so great. I make so much money. I can spend money on fabric. And I think they're so cool. It's cringe and sad. But yeah. Also, now, I feel like I keep going back to this each week, and I probably shouldn't. Because it's a bit cheap to keep using and milking for content. But the Depp Heard case. I'm literally just becoming Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. I'm becoming the what is it called? Legal shitter now channel. This has been making the rounds on twitter.com. The Amber Heard testimony. Now, a lot of people have been shitting on her for it, which I think rightfully so. I definitely think Johnny's in the right 100%, but I don't think it's without saying she she's recounting a traumatic event. And people made fun of Kyle Rittenhouse, you know. Those tears aren't real. I don't think that's right. But we'll get into that in a second. We'll get into that in a moment. I'm going to play it on 1.75 speed.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Be seated. All right, your next witness.
Zoe would like to call Laura Amber Heard to the stand.
All right.
Amber Laura. I do.
All right, thank you. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Will you please state your name
Yes, it's Amber Laura Heard.
and what is your address?
I live in Yucca Valley, California.
Whoa! Okay, I thought it was just going to fucking dox her real quick.
And how old are you, Amber?
I am 36. I just celebrated.
Okay. And do you have a daughter?
I do. She also celebrated her birthday recently. She's 1.
Okay. And what is your profession?
I am an actor, mostly.
Okay. Now, why are you here?
I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote.
And how do you feel about that?
I struggle to have the words. I struggle to find the words to describe how.
Is he just eating a fucking sandwich?
Struggle to have the words.
No, okay. He's
I struggle
wiping
to find
his
the
nose,
words to describe how painful this is.
chewing on a booger or something.
This is horrible for me to sit here for weeks and relive everything. Hear people that I knew, some well, some not. My ex-husband, with whom I shared a life, speak about our lives in the way that they have. This is the most painful and difficult thing I've ever gone through, for sure.
Now, there was a trial in the UK in July of 2020 where Mr. Depp had sued the Sun newspaper and Dan Wooten. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And what was your level of participation in that lawsuit, in that trial?
Well, I was not party to that lawsuit. I was a witness, I suppose the primary witness, since it dealt with the truth of the relationship that I shared with Johnny.
And that's what blew everything up. This is why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. If the Sun didn't write the article, we wouldn't be here. And now I didn't realize that Johnny was the one suing Amber. That just goes to show how much I know about legal shit. I literally know fucking nothing at all. It's kind of embarrassing because I got most of my shit wrong. Amber has borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder, which sucks for her. And this trial doesn't help, but she is in the wrong. Absolutely. I'm gonna have to. What is histrionic personality disorder? Histrionic personality disorder is a mental health condition marked by unstable emotions, a distorted self-image, and an overwhelming desire to be noticed. Interesting. People with HPD often behave dramatically or inappropriately to get attention. That would fit the bill, 100%. 100%. However, I don't want to say that everything she's doing is in that vein, but it would make a lot of sense. She was also getting roasted real hard to the point where I saw someone captioned her wiping her boogers and clearing her nose as her doing cocaine in court. Yeah, I wanted to get to that whenever we get to that point in this video, and I'll talk a little bit of my opinions on that in a minute. There are also 7 types of subtypes of this disorder. Okay, so it goes deep. It goes deep, which is understandable. It's mental health, and it's hard to understand and categorize shit like that. But she's definitely got something going on that's a lot deeper than what we see on the surface. But I don't think that's an excuse for accusing a man of something like that. And obviously, I think that it did go both ways. They were both somehow and some way in the wrong, but nowhere near as much as what she's accusing Johnny of. You know what I mean? Like in the Sun article.
What, if any, role did you have to play with respect to, for example, witness statements and testifying?
Objection, compound.
I said, for example.
Overruled.
I had to write, I think I gave 7 witness statements under oath testimony. I sat on the stand for 4 days under mostly cross-examination. And up until this point, it was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do.
Thank you, Amber. I'm going to take you back, and if you can just tell the jury a little bit about your background. Tell us where you grew up.
I come from Austin, Texas, a small town outside Austin that you probably haven't heard of. No one has. It's called Maynard. And I was raised by my mother and my father, and I grew up with a little sister, although I have a big sister as well.
And your little sister's name is?
Her name's Whit Heard.
And how much of an age difference is there between the two of you?
Whitney and I are about 1 year, I think we're 16 months apart, so right next to each other.
And what did your father do for a living?
My father broke horses and did construction, he painted houses, and hunted and fished, but that was for fun.
And what did your mom do?
She worked for the state of Texas.
Let me just, since you talked about the
Why does she keep looking over in this direction? I'm a bit confused.
breaking
by
horses,
that.
can you
It's a
just tell
bit
the jury
jarring.
what your role is in assisting your dad on that and what is involved in breaking horses?
Protection leading,
Can you just tell me about?
overruled. You just got to stay on, basically. I would help him. I was more of a crash test dummy. You know, when you train a horse, it's a wild animal. It doesn't necessarily like to be ridden. And there are people out there who are crazy enough, like my dad, to pick that as a profession, I guess. And he was really good with horses, and I was the son he never had, so it was my job to,
Addressing
you
the
know,
witness.
stay on.
Okay, yeah.
And what, if anything, did you learn from your father about how to react to the horses?
Well, with training horses, I guess the key things are to not show fear, not get intimidated, not show fear, be tough and calm.
Tell the jury a little bit about your educational background during those growing up years and your work experience.
I worked any job that I could from the time I was really young. I wanted to get out of Texas and do something with my life and see things and do things. So
That's
I was in
nice.
school and really pushed myself to, I just always pushed myself to be able to accelerate the process. I wanted to, get out of school as fast as I could, and I wanted to do more things with my life than stay in Texas.
So what types of things, so where did you go to school when you were younger?
I was a scholarship kid at a Catholic school growing up, several different Catholic schools, but they were always in the other, on the other side of town, in the wealthier part of town. And I grew up quite working class, and thankfully, with as long as I maintained an A average, I enjoyed the benefit of a scholarship. And
Okay, I'm gonna skip through all this backstory because I don't understand the relevance of explaining her whole fucking life story. Like, I know that she's being asked and she's on the witness stand and she's got to say it, but like, what's the point? Why would they bring that up? It's weird.
I didn't go on weekends, but on weekends I would do various things. Worked at children's museums typically, because they would work with younger volunteers, and to get out of high school early later on. But I would audit classes. The teachers never wanted to kick the random 12-year-old out of their class. Heard about me from another bit part I did. I was taking jobs in Austin for
Why is she explaining her life story? What's the fucking relevance? I don't understand.
So I'm going to take you up to 2008. Did there come a time that you auditioned for The Rum Diary?
Yes, I auditioned for that in about 2008, I believe.
Please describe for the jury your
Literally just said that, lol.
experience in auditioning for The Rum Diary.
Well, I auditioned a few times, which is common in my work. You get a call back, as they say. And I think I had at least one, maybe two callbacks with the director. And then I got a call saying that Johnny, who at the time was, I think I knew that he was producing it as well, was doing a project that was something very personal to him. He was reprising his role as his late friend, Hunter S. Thompson, and it was a very important project to him, and that he wanted to meet me in person. I thought I would be going for maybe an audition, but it was just a meeting. I went to his office and met with him for a few hours.
And what did you talk about during those few hours?
We talked about books and music, poetry. We liked a lot of the same stuff, obscure writers and, interesting books and pieces of poetry that I hadn't heard anybody else reference or know or like. And he was very well read and charismatic. And, I think I left the office with a few books that he gave me, and we spent the whole time just talking about things that we care about. And I was so surprised that somebody, I knew who he was. I wasn't familiar, I wasn't a fan of his work. I wasn't familiar with him, but I knew who he was. He's one of the most famous people in the world. So it was already a weird thing to go and get called into his office. And, I'm a no-name actor. I was 22, I think. And I thought it was unusual. It was weird because he was twice my age and he's this world famous actor. And here we are getting along about obscure books and weird, old blues. And I thought it was remarkable. I just hadn't really, I thought it was unusual and remarkable. I left there just feeling I was that, I was the dream kid. That's what he said.
So did there come a time that you started filming The Rum Diary? Or did you film and
Who cares about the Rum
And to
Diary?
me,
What the fuck?
more open with me.
I suppose it makes sense at the start of their relationship or whatever, but like all of the stuff about her growing up, who fucking cares? How is that relevant to the jury? How is that relevant to the court case at all? Like, what is that? Why? Can somebody explain that to me? What's the fucking relevance?
When we'd have hot days filming, there'd be this big SUV pull up and a security guard would kind of usher me into this car and it would have the AC blasting and I'd be sitting in the back of the SUV just thinking what a strange experience the whole thing was. And, we didn't really have a whole lot of interaction on set until we did a scene that involved kissing. We had a kissing scene and it didn't feel like a normal scene anymore. It felt more real. There are certain things that you do in the job to be professional, like when you have to do that sort of scene, and you don't you don't use your tongue if you can avoid it. There's certain things that you do to just maintain a certain line, and it just felt like those lines were blurred. I mean, he grabbed my face and pulled me into him and really kissed me. But we were filming a scene.
Did he use his tongue?
Yes.
Okay. Did you celebrate your birthday while you were in Puerto Rico?
I did. I celebrated, I think, maybe my 23rd birthday there.
And what, if anything, did Mr. Depp do for your birthday?
Well, we were already kind of talking about books and poetry and things like that. He gave me a few really beautiful poetry books. And he gave me a bicycle, like a vintage bicycle, because at the time I was riding around on a bike, and I had a lot of time off since I was a smaller role in the movie. And yeah, I think that was it.
Okay. Now, did there come a time that you ended up visiting him in his trailer?
Yes, I think we would hang out if, after or in between scenes or in between setups, we often were, talking about things and would continue the conversation into the trailer, often with the director, Bruce Robinson was his name. And then at one point, we talked about wine. It's another thing that Johnny and I shared in common, a love for wine, red wine. And we were talking about
A mega pint of wine, if I'm remembering correctly.
a kind of wine that I enjoyed, and I was, going on about how great this bargain wine was, and I didn't understand, how much more sophisticated Johnny's taste in wine was. So I was going on about the virtues of Malbec or something, and I brought him a bottle of this wine, and I set it down. And at some point, I'm going back to get back to set, and he kind of kicked his foot up in the air and basically kind of lifted the back of my bathrobe up. And
Can I just stop you there? Why were you wearing a bathrobe?
because I was doing a scene, it was a period film, so it took place in the 50s, and so I had all of this old undergarments that are for that time era on, and the scene involved me changing, so I had all the costume on, and he kind of picked up the back of my robe with his boot, and I kind of turned around and laughed, giggled, I didn't know what to make of it at the time, and I just kind of giggled and batted it away playfully, and he kind of playfully pushed me down on this bed sofa that was in his trailer, just playful and flirtatious, and he said yum, and he kind of lifted up his eyebrows like that, and I just giggled, laughed it off, kind of batted him away, and moved on, went back to set.
And were you in a relationship at that time?
I was.
Okay. And was Mr. Depp in a relationship at that time?
That was my understanding, yeah.
Okay. And did anything else of significant happen during that time period while you were filming with Mr. Depp, other than what you told us?
We just had this, it was a friendship, flirtatious thing.
Okay, I'm skipping, dude. I'm skipping forward. This is shit.
She spoke to him. He invited me over to his house under kind of he said that, we could get Bruce, who's the director, to come over, something about the movie, but it was clearly not about the movie, if you know what I mean. It was, so I said, I said my friends are in town, and I'm busy with that, and kind of hung up, feeling really startled, didn't know what else to do.
What if gifts did Mr. Depp send you during that time period after you filmed The Rum Diary?
He sent me several gifts. He sent me a beautiful dress, one that I wore in the movie, with a beautiful handwritten note, said happy wrapping, and made a reference to the dress being wrapping paper. He sent me a few.
Now she's trying to say her falling in love was him grooming. I do think that form of flirting is to an extent inappropriate. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But that wasn't what the whole thing was about originally. And also the fact that they were both in a relationship is incredibly inappropriate. But, alas, that's not what's being argued here. I suppose it is now. But, yikes.
Few gorgeous, expensive, what I can only assume are expensive,
But it works for some
collectible
people,
books,
I guess, so I
items.
can't straight up
And then when I was
discredit
away
some
filming
people
on a
enjoy
different,
that type of
a different job,
That's true. Different strokes for different folks, literally and figuratively, my friend.
he he did send me some guitars. I know one delivery, I was informed about one delivery, and my partner at the time intercepted the attempt to deliver and called me immediately and said, what should I do? And I said, I said, send it back. And she did. And she indicated that at the time, there was another one that had already previously attempted delivery, and it was also rejected. I sent it back because I wasn't there, and I wouldn't have accepted it anyway.
Okay. Did there come a time that you ended up having to go on a press tour for The Rum Diary?
I got a call for the Rum Diary press tour in the fall of 2011.
So that's close to two and a half years after you filmed?
I'm an actress, not a mathematician for a reason, but roughly, yes.
Okay. And could you please describe for the jury what a press tour is? Just explain it to them.
When you take a movie once it's completed, and if it doesn't have distribution, as part of the promotion of that movie, you go to these various places, normally cities like London or New York, and you do press events in those cities to kind of promote the film, and you go to place talking about the film.
And so you were then called to participate in press tour for The Rum Diary?
Yes, I had just...
Okay, this was so fucking long, man. I'm not going to sit here for I've got it on double speed, and that's going to be 24... 32 minutes? No. 42 minutes. That's still fucking ages, man. Where do we get up to the good shit?
At the time, it was probably about a few weeks, but it just felt very intense. But we weren't doing normal life stuff. We weren't stuck in traffic with each other. We weren't going to the grocery store and doing life. We were hiding in these places around the world. He had so many homes, and so we'd be in one of those homes, or my home at the time, and it was like a bubble, we were in this little bubble of secrecy, and it felt like a warm glow, as we would say, just music and the kind of books that we both loved and poetry that we both knew by heart, and it felt like a dream. It felt like absolute magic.
So while you're dating, I take it you're dating at this point, right?
Yes,
While you're falling in love, you're also dating, right? Okay.
Yes.
Did there come a time early on that you ended up going to his Bahamas Island?
Yes. So shortly after, I think started dating October of
Oh no, Johnny Depp has an island. Last time there was a major news article about an island that didn't end well for anyone involved.
2011, and as I mentioned, this bubble, where he'd come over to my house and not leave for like 3 or 4 days, just smoking cigarettes and playing music and reading poetry to me or painting me, just talking, and then he would disappear, and there'd be just no way to get a hold of him, no way to contact him. At first, I didn't really think anything about it, but he disappeared at one point, and then came back and said he was dealing with some health issue, and would I join him in the Bahamas? And I think that's when I learned he had an island, and I was on a trip with a friend of mine in Spain, and it was for the holidays, and I kind of rerouted my trip so I could come and land in LA landing in Miami instead of LA, so I could go and meet him on the island. And he had Keenan come and meet me on that trip, like in Miami. I get off one plane, get onto another, and go and join him on his private island. And I noticed he was drinking Beck's and tea, like lots of tea. And I didn't foolishly think anything of it. I just, thought the man really, seriously, I missed it before, but really, really loves tea. And we had this beautiful, less than a week probably, trip in the Bahamas, a private island, beautiful sandy beaches. It's a scene that you just don't, I had never experienced anything like that. It was a beautiful place, a beautiful time. And I fell head over heels in love with this man.
So after the Bahamas, I assume you came back, and are we talking now early 2012?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So what were you doing work-wise while you were dating him in this early stage?
What I always do, I would be taking job to job to job, going from one movie to the next, mostly not filming in LA. So weirdly live in LA to go shoot on location in other places. So when I was in town, we would go back to this bubble, this, like insular bubble with beautiful, blaringly loud music and no one else and nothing else. And then,
That is also not very healthy for a relationship. Isolation and isolationism. Codependency also not very good, but obviously it doesn't seem like they're incredibly codependent. That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm not an armchair psychologist. And there are a lot of people on Twitter like, oh my god, she's looking up to the left, she's lying because of her eyes and everything. Yeah, if you're a trained psychoanalyst and what is it called? Posture analyst, understandable. You can say those things. But if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Stop tweeting. Put the characters back. That one better stay in the drafts, buddy.
I go off to work. And so eventually, he left to shoot Lone Ranger, I believe.
Okay. Now, we've heard a little bit about Lone Ranger, and that's about mid-2012, is that right, when he was shooting that?
That sounds right, mid-2012, yeah.
And were you shooting anything at that time?
I was shooting...
Machete
I believe I
Kills?
was shooting Machete Kills in Austin. I had a small part in a Robert Rodriguez film that shot in Austin. But I think Johnny was shooting and then having some time off, and there was just a lot of travel, a lot of movement. So,
And so what, if any, visiting did you do with Johnny while he was on his set for Lone Ranger, and where was he?
well, he was filming all over the Southwest, and at some point I came to visit him and on one of his locations, and I would stay in the house because I couldn't really, occasionally I would leave with his security guards, but I didn't really have anything to do but visit him for a few days. So I'd cook and kind of stay at home and paint or whatever, and wait for him to come home and have dinner ready. And we would have these little bubbles, but kind of scattered throughout the Southwest as he was filming. And at the time, Johnny had, when I first arrived at one of these locations, it was the first time that Johnny told me that he had a health issue. Something with his liver, and that he wasn't. That's why he was not drinking. He was drinking a
Motherfucker, cirrhosis, for real.
lot of tea, like a lot of tea.
Okay. And so we've heard a little testimony about boots. What, if anything, did you do to help Johnny with his boots?
Well, I mean, I suppose that I took off his boots and made an impression on him, and I was happy to. Anything I can do to show love. Certainly, how I felt about him. But if he wanted to take off his own boots, he certainly could.
Did you buy Mr. Depp any knives during that time period?
Objection leading. Sustained.
What, if anything, did you do with respect to knives during the time period you were with him in the Lone Ranger?
Objection leading.
What, if anything?
Overruled. Johnny had a thing for turquoise, and that eventually, being in the Southwest, it can happen really quickly. I also too really love turquoise, and he has he loved knives. He loves a lot of things. When Johnny loves things, he does it a lot, lots of it. So he had these daggers that he had given me. They were beautiful in design, and they're long curved daggers, and he just talked a lot about knives, had a knife and gun collection, and was quite proud of it. And at some point, I don't really remember exactly when it was, but at some point I picked up what I thought was a
America be like, knife and gun collection.
really beautiful turquoise handled knife, and I had it engraved with a saying that Johnny would say to me all the time, which I thought was romantic, as funny as that is to say now.
And what was the expression, the same?
Until death, hasta la muerte in Spanish.
Now, by the time that you're visiting Mr. Depp during his shooting of Lone Ranger in the June through August 2012 timeframe, what, if any, relationship has he developed with your family?
Oh, well, starting really
Fuck. Sponsorship much? That's not the kind of sponsorship G Fuel wants, though.
early on, Johnny was so kind, so generous to my family, but especially my mom and dad. He met my dad, and my dad's a big personality. He's a rowdy guy. And Johnny just all of a sudden, I had never noticed, Johnny had a southern, all of a sudden Johnny had a southern accent. It was really like buddies with him, and they really seemed to get along very well. They're, just like instantly, he was giving my dad gifts. He gave him guns. He gave him knives. They had this. I mean, Johnny just really just showered my dad. My dad's a working man, salt of the earth guy, and he was just like, floored. He's getting all these amazing gifts and being invited to come onto these locations. And Johnny's this big movie star, and my dad was just like, I think my dad would have married him himself if I hadn't. And he just instantly, he gave my mom jewelry, brought her out to come and see me while I was visiting Johnny. On Lone Ranger in some part of the Southwest, I think it was Colorado. He gave her this beautiful turquoise necklace, and I mean, they were definitely taken by him.
And what, if any, relationship had Mr. Depp forged with Whitney by this time, your sister?
I believe the relationship came a little bit later as they got to know each other, but he did the same thing with my sister and just really found a bond with them that, was, it was, he tried to do anything and everything he could to make them feel like special, and he did. My mom, my dad, and my sister.
And what, if any, relationships did Mr. Depp form with your friends?
Well, Johnny's so generous and can be this really like overly generous almost, like showering you with gifts and compliments and just,
Objection, boring as fuck. Come on. There's got to be something else. Where's the cocaine? Where's the cocaine at? Next time I do Saturday Arc Live, I'm going to fucking buy a bag, put it in a little fucking paper towel and...
Me in a position and slapped me multiple times.
Whoa, okay.
It went from this eggshell, kind of, you're walking on eggshells, nothing you're doing is...
Of 1783.
Your Honor, we have an objection.
Whoa, fucking ear rape, Jesus Christ. Probably not the right term to use in this context, but it's too late now.
Would you please describe for the jury some of the cycles you had with Mr. Depp through 2012?
So in 2012, the violence was...
That whole shit was just 2012, Jesus.
Pretty, relative to what it became, pretty, slapping, backhanding. Well, it went from this eggshell, kind of, you're walking on eggshells, nothing you're doing is kind of right, but you don't know what you're doing wrong. And then I was doing something wrong clearly, but it was unclear within the scope of an argument what I was defending myself against. So it would shift from a rumor he'd heard that I was with a friend, or I had been photographed sitting too close to a male person. That was a person I had had something with, and I was lying to him about. And it would be eggshells, accusations, and then he would explode. It started with throwing things, destroying the property, and screaming at me. I remember the screaming at me was the worst, because I kind of always felt like I had done, I had to defend myself. I had to tell him, so he didn't think these things were true. And sometimes, he would shift accusations. While I'm trying to dispel one accusation, he'd start another one, and nothing I could do to calm him down. It seemed like I'd walk away, and that would make it worse. I remember in my apartment in Orange, he would grab me by the hair, or he'd grab me by the arm, pull me into him, scream at me that way. He'd smash things around me, then he'd smash things very close to me, and then he would just hit me. And it started with slapping, and it got to be repetitive slaps where he'd hold me in a position and slap me multiple times in a row. Then it would be, eventually I later would either push him off of me, or I'd try to hit his hands away from me. Not in 2012 so much. At that time, it was mostly, my defense was, I'd go some other place. Like, I don't know how to describe that. I'd focus on something else. I'd stand up, look at him, try to stand up to him that way. But later I adopted other kind of strategies to deal with it. But at the time, in 2012, you'd have this blowout, and then he would leave, disappear, and I'd be committed to not talking to him. I'm done with this relationship. I can't take it anymore. I said that so many times. And then he'd come back, clean and sober, tell me that he had a chip. He didn't have any chips, but he would say, I've gone to meetings. I have a sober companion now. I'm doing this program. I'm reading this. I'm doing this. And he was done with drugs and alcohol for good this time. And he'd come back in my life. And with the combination of him being sober and having gone through this horrible thing where I felt like my heart ripped out of my chest, like a relationship ending is hard.
She hasn't been quitted once through the whole speech. I feel like other testimonies were slapped with hearsay. Oh yeah, especially Johnny's, when he was trying to get through one sentence and he'd just be objection hearsay, hearsay. Most of the time, when the objections are happening with the Amber Heard testification, it's the lawyer getting objections. You know what I mean? Who knows? It is a personal rant, but other could answer like remarks that's retelling. Yeah, I just don't understand why it has to be so long-winded. Like, the stuff from 2012, like, that's the relevant stuff. You know what I mean? And, like, this stuff right now, this is relevant to the case. So I don't understand why she needs to explain her whole life, and all of the roles and work she was doing up until she met him in 2008. Why not just start at 2008 Why not cut off all the bullshit? I don't see the relevance.
I think for anyone, but ending under that circumstance is really painful. And so when he'd come back, it would almost feel like a solution to that. And it would feel great. And we would be good again. And he'd be extra nice and extra apologetic and extra loving. And it would just, then we'd be back in the good bubble, the warm glow. And eventually I'd get bored, and then I'd see him drinking again. When I started to get upset, noticing the pattern of the violence going with the drinking and drugs, then he started sneaking it. So it became less clear, and I'd have to look for clues as to what he was on. So I just knew how to react, Johnny on speed is very different from Johnny on opiates. Johnny on opiates is very different from Adderall and cocaine Johnny, which is very different from Quaaludes Johnny. But I had to get good at paying attention to the different versions of him. 2012, I was in the beginning stages of this, just learning these patterns. I was just learning that drinking kind of correlated with the violence.
And did you confide in anyone about these issues you were having? I think she can say if she told anybody.
I want to say what she said.
Right. So did you tell anyone?
Yes, I did.
Who did you tell?
I told my therapist. I eventually told my mom.
And let's go ahead and take a look at Defendant's Exhibit 150. 150.
Your Honor, I'm going to object on hearsay.
About the issues you were having with Mr. Depp. Did you decide to confide in your mother about the issues you were having with Mr. Depp?
I think I felt safe talking to my mom because I knew that she understood these dynamics and she wouldn't judge me for staying with him, for loving him, even though this was happening and was happening to me. I knew she would understand.
And when approximately did you start confiding in your mom about your issues with Mr. Depp and physical abuse?
Objection, hearsay, compound.
Sustains a compound.
When did you start confiding in your mother about the abuse you were suffering at the hands of Mr. Depp?
I was confiding in her from the very beginning about the abuse, the psychological abuse, the kind of control, the disappearing, the not knowing where he was, then he'd come back and sometimes in the middle of the night, the constant accusations, like that sort of thing. I talked to her about probably from the very beginning. The fact that I was secret, I had to hide. I couldn't tell any of my friends that I was with him for a long time because he told me everyone would blame me for the split with him and his partner. So I had to kind of sneak around and kind of get brought to his house, typically in a secretive way, and then he'd come to mine in a secretive way, and it was just all very, so very isolating. And I confided with her at the very beginning on that sort of thing, and then later opened up to her about some of the violence. I did it gently. First I just wanted to have someone to talk to about how scary it was. The rage and the uncontrolled violence, the rage that this man had, and why.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. May we approach, please?
God damn it. And that's it. That's it. That's all it is? Man, what the fuck? That was a big nothing burger. That was pointless. Oh, that's part one. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not going to go through another hour of that. Man, I need to find like an abridged version. Trial highlights. Is that what we're talking about? No. There isn't an abridged version just yet, but that's fine. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is kind of fucking boring. That's the fucking word I'm looking for. Man, I'm stupid. What the fuck? That took me like 10, 15 minutes to figure out the word testimony for real. The beginning of her testimony, she basically was like pre-framing it with the fact like, I was doing all this stuff with kids. I'm such a nice person, blah, blah, blah. And I don't mean that like Epstein doing stuff with kids way. That came out wrong. But she's just like, the way she pre-frames is the fact that she's such a good person and she sort of victimizes herself in that way. And it's interesting. Now, it's the way she described their relationship, to be honest, from her perspective rather, that kind of makes sense. The fact that, because you see a lot of drugs and alcohol, obviously it changes people quite drastically, and addiction changes people even more. And it's hard to discredit what she's saying because it makes a lot of sense. People who drink, especially drinking, you can have a switch from someone who's the most calm, refined gentleman in the world, and then when they start drinking and they drink too much, they drink in excess, then they sort of flip their lid. They burst their bubble, you know what I mean? They go a bit crazy. Especially with the violence and the physicality. It's a big trait of people who drink. If you ever go to like a bar in the city, you see that all the time, like people getting king hit, or people brawling in the streets, or just arguing or getting aggressive for no reason apparently. Oh, you bumped into me? Fuck you, buddy, and just punch him. You know what I mean? But I think it's hard to say, because like this is a testimony, but we weren't there. You know what I mean? And it was also so long ago that is it plausible to think that it's real? Like either side, it's all hearsay. And I hate to use that word, but it's true. It's all hearsay. Flavor Flav went crazy and recently quit alcohol. Let's have a look at this. And I think a lot of people don't understand the effect of drugs and alcohol before they use it. I think we need to have more of a conversation about substance in society, you know, instead of saying drugs are bad, okay, don't do them, and then that's it, that's the end of the conversation. I think we need to educate more people on the effects, the negatives, but also the positives. Like, for example, I know a kid whose first time drinking led him to one-punching a man. Substances change people to an unrecognizable state. And that's exactly right. However, without knowing how it's going to affect you, because it affects different people quite drastically, it doesn't, not one case fits every single person, you know what I mean? Like, someone can smoke weed and then be completely fine, not feel anything, but another person can smoke weed and it can send them into psychosis, into the brink of schizophrenia, but it could also just make them dissociate real hard. And there's nuances to it. You can't just go, this is what you're going to feel when you smoke weed, because you don't know until you do it. But I think there should be a conversation where you can, like people, when you're younger, there's education about drugs and alcohol and how it's not necessarily good for you. But I think it should be further discussed in the sense that alcohol, especially, just because it's legal, doesn't mean that it's okay, doesn't mean that it's good, you know what I mean? And I don't drink. I used to drink, but I don't drink anymore. And I've decided that it's not a thing that I want to do, not only because it makes me a little bit brain dead, you know what I mean? It doesn't make me as quick on the draw as I am when I'm sober, but also it tastes like shit. Anyone who says that they like the taste of alcohol is lying. It's not true. There's no alcohol that you can convince me it tastes good. Okay, maybe Malibu. Malibu tastes alright. And Kahlua. Okay, I lied. It can either positively alter them or affect them harshly. Exactly, and that's the thing. It's a case-by-case basis. You can't say this substance will affect you exactly in this way, because everybody's biology is different. Everybody's psychology and like brain chemicals are different. And that's why, like, for example, antidepressants, they work for some people, they don't work for others. And that's just what happens. That's just the reality of the situation, you know what I mean? Everyone's different. But for the most part, I think we should have more of an education about what happens when you're on drugs. Like, for example, with weed, cannabinol, which is CBD, you can use that positively for pain relief, or you can use it to treat numerous different diseases, and it's been shown that it's effective against COVID, funny fact, but also effective for treating pain associated with chemotherapy, or sickness and illness associated with chemotherapy, and things like that. So it should be more openly acknowledged that there are positive sides to these, but you could also go the other side and say, if you ingest THC and too much of it, you can literally go schizo. Or socially how it can affect them in a social setting. Yeah. We were just told it's bad, not explained in any other way than death or taboo. Non-scientific biological effects, like the fact you look older and sicker as an alcoholic. Exactly. Or the fact that when you smoke cigarettes, obviously we all know that the classic, it gives you lung cancer, throat cancer, whatever. Tobacco in general is not good. But nobody talks about how bad nicotine is. One, because they don't really know. They just know that it's addictive. And two, because there's an industry that makes a fuck ton of money out of that. Like selling nicotine and tobacco to people. Yellow fingers or black lips. Yeah, exactly. For cig smokers, that's exactly right. And I think it should be more than just the physical appearance that we should be worrying about, because what people don't realize is, you know, when you smoke, like you eat beef jerky, right? They smoke that. They don't smoke beef jerky. They don't fucking roll it up and puff it away. But what I mean is they smoke it. They put it over the meat and they cure it with smoke. They light fire underneath it and then they smoke it. What happens to your body when you smoke cigarettes is that you lose weight because you don't have the water weight. It dehydrates you severely. And you also, the neural receptors in your brain, the ones that trigger you like to know when you're hungry, they don't go off anymore because the nicotine binds to those and says you don't need to be hungry. You've smoked nicotine, you've smoked tobacco. And so you lose weight that way as well because you just don't eat as much. It's simple as that. But it's not healthy. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand the nuances of substance. And there's a lot. And like I said, it's different for everyone. So it's hard to say what the nuances will be for you. But I think you have to do your own research because no one's going to tell you. If somebody's at a party and they offer you nitrous, like pass your fucking balloon like a nang or something, don't take it just because your friend said it feels good. Your brain goes TV static for 60 seconds and that's basically it. You get the giggles and you fucking pass out and die from oxygen deprivation. Do your own research, you know, say no to it that time. But if you're truly interested in doing it, do your research, you know, figure out what the compounds are, why they do what they do. Like, obviously, a lot of people aren't going to listen to this because it's work. People just don't want to put in the work for it. But there are positive things. You know what I mean? So, like, even with weed, you can have, like, a spiritual awakening or, like, shrooms or something or acids, fucking some shit like that. You can have personal benefits. Like, they've recently discovered that microdosing on shrooms is good for treating PTSD and depression because it changes your perspective, it changes your mindset. But obviously, there are downsides to it because you can get dependent on acid. You can get dependent on shrooms. Although with shrooms, it's a lot harder to because you need to double the amount of time, like the amount you have in order to reinforce that addiction, you know what I mean? To reach the original trip that you had. Saliva changes to yellow, their tongue goes either green or yellow, and that's just jaundice. That's your liver fucking giving up because of the nicotine. But the physical is from biological effects, this is true. Like that young Aussie boy who huffed a gas barbecue canister and collapsed both his lungs. Exactly. Like, it's especially hard if you're at a party or something, right? You have one, social pressure, peer pressure, not on your side, and two, you're probably already on substance. You're probably already drunk, or, you know, something like that. So to have somebody say, oh, here, try this nang once, it won't do anything. Like, it's no big deal if you do it once. Here, take this heroin needle and stick it in your dick vein once and you'll never do it again. Trust me. It's a lot more nuanced than that. And you're more likely to say yes because you're under the influence already. You know what I mean? CBD/THC is amazing for autism. Now, that's something I haven't looked into, but it makes a lot of sense. Like, to sort of CBD, I'd imagine it would be better for like calming. I'd imagine a lot of people with autism would have social anxiety, in the sense that like they are trying to figure out what to do socially. I don't know. I'll probably have to do more research into that. That's actually quite interesting. But also CBD is good for Parkinson's. You know what I mean? Like, apparently it helps stop tremors a lot, and like significantly reduce the rate of tremors. But yeah, help with neurostimulations. Oh, there you go. There you go. I would imagine it would be good, like CBD or THC would be good for people with ADHD or ADD in the same vein, like in the same sense that your brain is lacking the stimulation, the neurostimulation, so you can stimulate it with substance and then sort of have it as like a placeholder, you know what I mean? So your brain kind of slows down. Yeah, help neuropathy. There you go. Yeah, that was yo, what's up, Mers? What's going on, man? Long time no see. What's up? What's happening? Just talking about substance live on the air. What an interesting episode this has been. Very strange, I'm gonna say that. That's the word. Talking about Pokimane and LinusTechTips all the way to fucking substance abuse and how it affects the mind. Kind of weird, kind of strange, kind of quirky, but that's Saturday Ike Live for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is exactly what you signed up for. Long time no see indeed. I would have joined sooner if I knew you were live. Yeah, that's alright, man. My fucking Twitter, I don't know, I feel like I might be shadow banned or something. Probably from all the crazy shit I tweet. I'm just shit posting, man. Nobody interacts, but that's fine. Twitter's like, no, we don't want people to see your shit post because you're insane. You talk about nothing of substance. Ah, here I am talking about substance. There you go. Oh, the irony. Oh, the bittersweet irony. No, but that's all good, man. Good to see you here. Anyway, talking about iQueed abuse. Oh, we're not going to get into that, ladies and gentlemen. Not today, not tonight. Maybe another time. Maybe a later stream. We'll find out. We'll find out. But yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. That's we've had a decent run. We've had a decent run this this fine afternoon. Oh, something actually I did want to talk about. Did you guys hear about the fucking Weird Al movie they're making with Daniel Radcliffe? Talk about fucking terrible casting. I'm not sure. It might be good casting. I don't know, but look, this fucking image. This fucking image. Okay. What the fuck? Look at this shit. Look at this dude. Look at this motherfucker. He looks nothing like Weird Al. I look more like Weird Al than fucking Daniel Radcliffe. I should be fucking Weird Al. They casted it wrong. But the reason I bring this up is because Weird Al, that motherfucker is base as hell. He's great. He's fucking awesome. Weird Al is great. I've had a bit of a Weird Al resurgence in my life. I've always had, what is it? I Lost on Jeopardy, a parody of Our Loves in Jeopardy, on my playlist, and Dare to Be Stupid. Those are classics. Weird Al certified bangers. I think you should, if you haven't heard of them, look them up. Absolutely. But he's just so, like, this is what I mean by, like, people being their authentic selves. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about earlier with the Pokimane thing. You just need to channel yourself and then, like, make it a big caricature. You know what I mean? Like, blow it up to proportions that are sizable, you know? And Weird Al's just... I don't even think he's a caricature of himself. He's just himself, and it's just so big and lively that it's everybody loves it. I mean, I love it. I especially fucking love it. There we go. That's my next video. Why I love Weird Al. If you're wondering why I'm talking about Weird Al, it's because I recently rented the movie UHF on what is it? Amazon Prime. That's right. Supporting Jeff Bezos, the bold billionaire. But not that I necessarily support Jeff Bezos, but you know, indirectly I am, sadly. Yeah, Twitter doesn't understand the difference between irony and real threats or hate speech. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Twitter doesn't understand jokes, and they will cancel you for it. Not to sound like, oh my god, the woke mob canceling motherfuckers on Twitter. People are just stupid. It's just the fact of the matter. Glad to see you here. I'll drink to that. Never actually seen Weird Al except the Amish song. yeah, Amish Paradise. That's a very good one. Jeffrey Benzo is motherfucker clonking out. Yeah, UHF. Sorry, I got a bit sidetracked. It's very good film, very kino, my friends and viewers and fans. Let me just read the IMDb description. After losing yet another job, George Weird Al Yankovic wonders if there is any career that can handle his outrageous personality. When George's uncle, Stanley Brock, hands him the deed to a local TV station, George creates a series of television shows based on social satire and hyperactive humor with the help of his best friend Bob. However, a rival station's bitter CEO tries to destroy George's wacky programming, forcing him to fight back. Is it on Netflix? No. Sadly, not. You're gonna have to rent it on, you can rent it on YouTube, I'd imagine, but also Amazon Prime Video. I really do highly recommend it. It is a fucking funny and good movie. Although, beware, it did come out in '89, so it's like full of like, it just looks like it was made in the 80s, you know what I mean? And it's like self-referential or like referential humor. So the first opening scene is like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark like spin-off completely. Like it's the like down to the fucking footsteps, you know what I mean? It's the exact same. UHF is a classic, had David Bowie. Yeah, is absolutely a classic. When I watched it on Amazon Prime, you know how you can get the X-ray thing on Amazon Prime where you get little tidbits of information and like the cast and shit like that, trivia? It had David Bowie. I'm like, damn, David Bowie's in this? And I didn't fucking know. Wrong. David Bowie. Lol. Haha. Michael Richards. Yes, it did. Can't speak, lol. It did have Michael Richards in it before he was Kramer. And I think you can actually tell a lot of like what he took from Stanley Spadansky, and he sort of channeled that into Kramer, you know what I mean? Like, they're very similar characters in energy and performance, portrayal. Shame, I might be moving very soon, so I can't afford anything at the moment, but once I can, I might watch it. Highly recommend, highly recommend. But that is cool. Where are you moving to? Where are you off to, my friend? Out of, are you in Finland? Did I get that embarrassingly wrong? I don't know. Yeah. So that's basically me for Saturday Ike Live. I'm not sure if I have anything else I really want to talk about. Nothing interesting is happening on Twitter. I mean, what's new? Twitter's fucking boring as shit. I'm off to Oulu, yeah, Finland, to move on my own, actually. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, man. Progressing in life, moving forward. I wouldn't mind moving out soon, but, you know, something I cannot afford at this point in time. Give me those donations, motherfuckers. Give me the super chats. I actually have to set that up. I haven't set that up yet. Kind of embarrassing. Isn't that movie like Tenacious D in the sense that it's of the prequel, that it's a movie based off the hype of his album he just released? So like, the Weird Al one, I think so. I didn't know Weird Al released a new album. I'm gonna have to Google this one. Yeah, congrats, Mers. A new chapter starts soon. Indeed. Indeed it does. And I wish you the best of luck for it, my friend. Oh, another one. Trapped in the Drive-Thru. Fucking Weird Al classic. Absolute fucking banger. And then you can talk about fucking... What is it? Smells Like Nirvana, but I'm not a massive fan of that, to be honest. I mean, back in 1989. Oh, yeah, probably. Probably. But I think... Yeah, maybe it is. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. But that motherfucker... by that motherfucker, I mean Weird Al. He's been going since the 70s. He's been going strong. He's been going strong. And he continues to go. And go and go. I really do kind of look like him, don't I? It's kind of scary. I just need to, like, get a real, like, fro kind of haircut. Get my hair curled. And the mustache and the glasses. And then I'll be just like this guy. Whoop. Yeah, this guy. Weird Al. Oh, someone else actually who I wanted to talk about. Tom Green. Has anyone here heard of Tom Green? Tom Green's fucking awesome. A classic film. Absolute Kino, I also recommend. Freddy Got Fingered. Now, it's not for the faint of heart. Within the first 15 minutes, he whacks off a horse, basically. That's literally the film. But, you know, it's interesting film, interesting, very Kino, very Kino. I don't want to give away too much, but Freddy does in fact get fingered. Let's just put it that way. You'd have to ditch the hat to look like him, but the hat is a brand by now. Exactly. If I were to get rid of the hat now, it's been like what? How many years since I've been going with the hat? I literally cannot even remember it's been that long. And my shit's been around since like 2012, so I don't know. Probably 2016 at least that I've had the hat. So yeah, it's recognizable. You see the hat and you think Ike Palmer instantly. That's the first thought that comes into your mind. And the suit as well, you know, it's a 2-for-1 sort of thing. I think that's a very important thing when it comes to channel growth. Here I am talking about how to do numbers and I've got 2 viewers, but you know, that's irrelevant. What's important is to grow your like channel, is to have something that people can look at and go, that's that person, you know what I mean? Instantly. You look at the hat and you go, yeah, that's like Palmer. You look at the big yellow arches, you go, McDonald's. You know, brand recognition is incredibly important, but also infusing your personality or infusing your ideals into that brand or that sort of logo kind of thing is also incredibly important. Or his rap career. Yeah, Tom Green's rap career popped off. Tom Green show, that's also Kino. Kino, but like TV show. It's like, he was like the original Eric Andre, but actually funny. Controversial take, I don't like Eric Andre all that much, to be honest. It's been a real long time since we were friends for the first time, so at least 5 years. This is true. It has been so fucking long. My presence on the internet is long and widespread. Spread. Full circle, he rapped with Flavor Flav. Yeah, there we go. Back to Flavor Flav. And good on him for quitting alcohol. We love Flavor Flav for that. Good on him. Good on him. So how are we doing? What's up? What's going on in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Although I don't think there's any ladies in the chat currently right now. I think it is just gentlemen. But that's fine. Man, I remember the hair dye stream. Good days. Oh my god, that's right. Fuck. That was... I can't believe that was like, what? 2017, 2018, something like that? I got 200 subscribers and I was like, fuck it, let's dye my hair blonde. That won't go wrong. Box dye. Didn't even use like bleach. Definitely did not use toner. It did not go blonde. It went fucking orange. Bright orange. Fluoro orange. And man, that dye killed my hair. I have, not to brag or anything, but I got quite nice hair, quite voluptuous locks. It turned into hay. It was literally crunchy. You go like this with my hair, you'd be able to hear it crunch on the mic, like, and it would probably fall out. Like a whole chunk of it would just all come off. It's crazy. Crazy shit. I'm off to see my grandma soon and then read some. How are you doing? That's good. That's good to hear. Reading is good. Reading is very good. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna answer the question and then I want to show you some books that I've purchased recently and I want to get into reading soon. I've not been reading consistently as of late because I have to obviously go to my little wage slave bitch boy job. We're all slaves to the money machine, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's something that's just a constant in life. I'm doing okay, but besides work, this is my release. This is my respite, you know what I mean? This is where I can chill, let off some steam, and just like relax. Turn on the radio. But yeah, actually, I'll be back in 1 sec. Enjoy the music for one moment. I'm gonna go get my books. Oh, It's right here, lol. I didn't even have to get up. So, first one. Now, I just want to show this, and I looked at the cover and I was like, for no particular reason, I was like, man, I like I like the cover. I didn't even really know what it was about, but then I started reading. It's like, this is intellectual, philosophical shit. I'm like, damn, maybe my brain big brain. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Haven't started it yet, but I really do want to soon. Marcus Aurelius was like the original Stoicism motherfucker, and I think a part of my philosophy is quite stoic in the way that, like, just like be, you know what I mean? Don't fucking care about anyone else, just exist, you know what I mean? I work 8 to 14 hours. Jesus Christ, man. Most I'll do is 12. 14 hours, that's fucked. That's grueling. Growing up kind of sucks. Oh, growing up fucking blows. It doesn't just suck, it blows too. It's really fucking bad. I wish I didn't have to do it. So I've got 3 books that I want to show you. I've already shown you one. This is number 2. Inferno by Dante Alighieri. Obviously, this is a classic. I'm sure both of you know what this is. Describing a poet's descent into the 7 circles of hell. Is it 7? Man, I literally know nothing. All the levels of hell, basically, which I think is pretty epic. Damn, some philosophy type beat. This is true. I used to exist for books. Yeah, me too. For a while, I used to read a lot of fucking books, but not until recently did I start getting back into it. Just because I don't know. I saw Marcus Aurelius, the cover of that, and I was like, that's fucking based. That's sick. I'm going to purchase that. Very awesome. 14 hours kind of sounds like slavery. You know what 14 hours sounds like to me? Inferno. We're reaching the 14th ring of hell by working for our living. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, for real. But yeah, I kind of just got back into it. I was like, fuck it, why not? Time to read. Time to get intellectual. Stop drinking, stop smoking, use my brain for good, you know what I'm saying? Trying to gain back all of the thought power I lost through substance, you know? Capitalism is the 7th circle. Yeah, for sure, dude. For real. It's grueling, but you know, I don't know. It kind of blows, but it is what it is. I'm here, I'm living, I'm making decent money. I can't complain, you know what I mean? I fucking hate it and I will complain, but it is what it is. Everybody's got to do their thing, you know? And then the 3rd book that I want to show you guys, A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. This, apparently you need an actual dictionary to read it, like a reference dictionary, because he makes up so many words that are not real, but obviously are real because he made them. But like in a traditional sense, it's hard to read without one. But yeah, obviously the movie, I was like, oh, that's a cool little thing. That's a little fucking. It's a little cool little book. I might buy that and I might read it. That's definitely last on the list though. I gotta get my brain working first, and then I can read with a fucking dictionary in my lap. Oh, my brother has recommended Clockwork Orange to me. Apparently it's real good. Yeah, I've heard it's good as well. I've heard it's very good. We'll start a little fucking book club, Ike Palmer's book club, on Sundays. So we do Saturday Ike Live, and then afterwards I'll discuss all the books that I've read in the after show, or on Sundays we'll do that. Actually, yeah. I don't know, because I haven't seen the movie, so I know that sounds stupid, so why did I buy the book? But I don't know, I just thought it would be something cool to have, to be honest. I'm a poser, I'm a fake fan, I don't like real kino film. Actually, you know what, there's something that there's something that I did want to play on stream, and it's kind of a bit risque, but ladies and gentlemen, John Swan. Ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd. So John Swan, there was another John Swan leaked call. Yeah, I know. Another one. God, who would have thought, right? Let's see if I can find it. Leaked by none other than Aiden Projects. Very based Aiden Projects. We love Aiden. We like Aiden. He's cool. He's a cool dude. You know, actually, I used to be like real close friends with Aiden. We used to VC a lot. He was epic. We loved Aiden Projects. But like, obviously, I left the community. I disappeared for like 5 years. Gone forever. Okay. Here we go. I found it. This is the John Swan leaked audio. I would unironically love a book club, Lemo. Would love your review of Metro 2033, which I recently read. Are you seriously reading books by yourself? Nah, I'm with the boys. I'm not familiar with that actually, Metro 2033, and we're getting close to that year. So is it like dystopian? I haven't been keeping up with the commentary community recently. Give us the scoops. So basically John Swan lied again for the third time. He's a pathological liar. Pretty simple. Reading them and playing the Stalker franchise was my childhood. So I knew that there were games, but I didn't know it's like Exodus or whatever, right? It's really dystopian, yeah. Nuclear Holocaust aftermath, basically. Fallout vibes. Based Fallout vibes. So basically John's, sorry. My brain switches topics like every 15 seconds. So basically John Swan, I covered it in my second stream, I think, episode 2. I talked about it a little bit, but basically he lied about a content creator. Basically tried to call him out for being a groomer and a pedo, you know, the classic commentary buzzwords. And this is the newest leaked John Swan audio. This is John Swan in a call with, I think, a 14-year-old. I'm not entirely sure. There's a few other people in the call, but just listen to the audio. It's a classic.
What the fuck is... John, look at my screen.
What have we done?
How did this guy sport... How the fuck did this guy get here?
Oh, nice. You're on fucking Pornhub. Let's
Yeah,
not
but
go
how
to
the-
it.
Oh yeah, there we go. What a great start.
How the fuck... No, but how did he get here? He's gotta be huge. He's gotta be huge.
He's got... No, yeah, he is. Has to, right?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh!
Excuse me, will the blowjob load so I can leave? Whoa,
It looks
come on.
big. It looks massive.
Why are you doing this?
It's got 2 hands. Oh, it is a 2-hander.
It's
Right.
fucking 8-9 inches, that. Oh, fuck. It's massive!
It's a large lad.
That's not even fully erect.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. John, it's not even fully erect Swan. Live. John has engaged in lies, deception, and manipulation. Yeah, what is new? What is new? And he tries to backtrack all the fucking time. Bro, I'm glad there's no video. Yeah, I know, right? But it's just weird. Like, why would he describe it like that? Man, that's fucking huge. That's 8 or 9 inches, that. I fucking hate Australian commentary YouTubers. I hate myself, dude. Let's be real. It sucks because motherfuckers be like that on the internet and then openly Australian, and then I have to, like, I get associated with them for some fucking reason. Like, not to say that I'm associated with John Swan, but like just the fact that we're both Australian kind of sucks. Yo, the classic is watching porn with the boys. Yeah, of course, for real. It's like he was describing a trout. Yeah, well, that's a good one. We reeled in a good one there, lads. 8 or 9 inches, that. It's a little suspect. He can express himself in his sexuality. Yeah, well, look, I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying he's in the call with a 14-year-old. I don't think that's entirely appropriate. Not to throw around that word, you know, the P word, the the G word, the group. Oh, I almost said it. But it's just a little sus. It's a little bad. It's just not optically correct. You know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't. Let's just leave it at that, because, like, trying to expose people for that, and then just being that kind of slimy and doing it, like, not doing it yourself, but like being that kind of weird behind the scenes, it's just kind of sad. It's kind of gross, you know what I mean? Like, why? What's the point? Oh yeah, now, how old is he, John Swan? He is 20 years old, I believe. It's not pedophilia, it's ebophilia. Yeah, when motherfuckers make that goddamn... Like, I understand that there is a difference, there is nuance to this situation, but people say the term pedophile in... Also, YouTube held that comment for a review. I like that. Thank you, YouTube. Not just allowing me to broadcast allegations live on the air. But when people make that, like, differentiation, it's just like, it's a blanket term. You know, we're not literally saying that they like... Well, what's the difference? Ebophiles like fucking young teenagers, not hit puberty, and then pedophiles like children, like actual children. But it's like, we're not nitpicking. It's a blanket term for anyone who's underaged. Pal. Either way, it's fucked up and you shouldn't do it, pal. Come on. Is it that hard just to not Discord call kids? Christ. Fuck it. Is it that hard to just not use Discord at all? What the fuck? 15, 19 is ebophile. Okay. But even 19, that's of age in most countries. Then again, it could be argued that 12 is like the age of consent in Japan or some shit like that. Isn't that right? Am I just spreading mistruth and misinformation on the internet blatantly? $13. I was wrong by 1 year. Yeah, it's like R word. People say it to mean sexual assault, not the literal definition. Yeah, exactly. Although I think with that, it's kind of like you'd more so want to err on the side of caution, because you don't want to accuse someone of fucking R-wording someone, you know what I mean? We know someone in common who did similar. Oh dear. I don't be doxing in the chat, dude. I wanna know who did. Just out of curiosity, maybe DM me on whatever platform you have. Discord? Do you have Discord? Are we friends on Discord? Probably. I don't know. Oh well. Find a way to contact me and let me know. $15 to $19 is not as bad as like $15 to $30, but still, why are you with a 15-year-old then? Yeah, exactly. And it's actually, you'd be surprised. It's a very common thing in Australia. Like, motherfuckers, like, I don't know, it's strange to say, but a lot of tradies, a lot of people in the labor line of work, they tend to partake in those kind of relationships. But it's not entirely unheard of. Like, for example, an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old to get together, it's not entirely obscure, because both of those kinds of people are going to be in high school together, you know what I mean? It is a bit sus, like someone who's just entering high school getting with someone who's leaving high school. It is weird, don't get me wrong, but it's not unheard of and not entirely fucked up, you know what I mean? Obviously 15 to 30, that's fucked up, don't let that happen, that's fucked. But I don't know, it's very, like I said, it's nuanced, everything's nuanced. He was my age, 18, turning 19 soon when his GF turns 16, super recent to his engagement. They're engaged? Oh, his engagement of the relationship, right. But it's just, see, that's kind of sus, kind of bad. 16, like, yeah, why? Why would you do that? How are people even trying to get in kids' pants? Like, there's a billion adults, and if you can't get any, there's so many free videos with adults. Exactly. Exactly. There's plenty of fish in the sea, so they say. But I tell you what, incels, they ain't never seen a real one. So they just, like, prey on people who are impressionable. And it's sad, 'cause it's true. But it's like, yeah, why go for children? Just go for the ugly ones. Not children. Ugly people who you're attracted to. Yeah. I hate the commentary community because it always just derides down to fucking... Always goes down to that. Those allegations. And those words. Those buzzwords. I was about to say those buzz feeds, but that's wrong. Very wrong. Yeah. Kind of sus. Holy shit, we've nearly been going for 2 hours. That's a decent run. And a tweet by Nicholas Dioro 5 hours ago, there's apparently another leaked John Swan call. Fuck. His career is over. Hashtag John Swan is over party. Can we get a hashtag John Swan is over in the chat, please, ladies and gentlemen? I think that's necessary. It's warranted. Incels are so weird too because they care so much about having the wet P word to the point it makes them furious when they can't get it. Yeah, it's weird, like, touch grass. And a lot of the time if they just got off Discord and start playing League of Legends, they would most likely get some, you know what I mean? Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Mers. But yeah, incels just be different kind of people, you know what I mean? They're brain wired differently. And like, not to like shit, or like rather not to defend the incel nation, but a lot of it comes from the lack of being able to socialize, and that comes from like social isolation, like being bullied in high school or, you know, primary school or whatever. And like it's deep-seated like personal, like it's, yeah, like personal, not trauma, I don't want to use that word, but like not being able to interact with people, and like generally being an introvert, it's a lot harder to socialize. Like I think I'm a bit introverted myself, but it doesn't, like, come on, insecurity is a rather strong mental dissociative or disorder. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, poor incels, but it's sort of dangerous at this point with online radicalization. Yeah, this is true. This is very true, because a lot of them, like, if you share opinions with someone, and I was talking about this a couple streams ago actually, but if you're in the same sort of circle as someone and you experience the same sort of reality, it just becomes like a circle jerk of these ideas, and you don't refresh your perspective on things. You don't see other perspectives, you just see your own reiterated by other people. And I think it's important to have that outside criticism and to be able to take it. Like, you can't go outside and you can't be social, and so you can't get laid. But instead of taking that criticism, they go, fuck you, you think you're a Chad, but you're nothing. And then they just circle jerk within their own sort of group and go, yeah, fuck women. No, we don't. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Can I get a little round of applause for that one? Thank you very much. It's this social ineptitude that makes them off-putting, which in turn reinforces their beliefs in a bad way. And yeah, it's a vicious cycle. It just doesn't stop. It never ends. But I think, to a degree, it's not entirely terrible. Like, if you can take... I think being able to spend time with yourself appropriately and productively is an incredible trait to have, and very, very important in modern society, because if you can't spend time with yourself, especially when you're in isolation, you're either going to go crazy or you're just not going to have a good time, and you're just gonna like fucking hate yourself. But you gotta learn to spend time with yourself and not hate other people for it, you know what I mean? I'm just spewing bullshit at this point in time, but I think I'm somewhere in there. You're gonna have to dig deep, but I'm spitting facts. Like when Charles Manson says anything, he could be spitting facts, but you're gonna have to dig really deep. He's nothing but a boxcar and a jug of wine, a mega pint of wine, if you will. But yeah, how do we feel about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? Do we have any cape shitters in the chat right now? Self-identification and acceptance. Yeah, exactly. And I think the first step to moving on and becoming a better person is to acknowledge and actually see your faults. You know what I mean? Like to actually be able to look at yourself and go, okay, that's something someone's criticized me on. I can see that and I can understand where they're coming from, or they're just being a dick for no reason, but obviously not jumping to that. Like Pokimane, she's just fucking, oh, you fucking criticized me, you mocked me, blah blah blah. It was a valid criticism, and it wasn't necessarily shitting on her, it was shitting on her opinion or her idea, you know what I mean? And people defend their ideas so much, but it's like, come on. It's just an abstract. Yeah, I don't socialize nearly enough, but it doesn't necessarily affect me insanely bad. It's unhealthy anyway. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, the most social interaction I'll get is probably just, like, going to work and the people that I work with. And that's fine for me. It does what it needs to do, you know what I mean? But I just don't really like going out very much. And you know what? Here I am live streaming. It's literally the exact same as Discord spurgs, just having a good time in Discord servers, but a lot of the time they end up being groomers. Ha ha ha. Sad but true. Sad but true by Metallica. Never seen Doctor Strange, but I hear it's good. Yeah, the first one's good. I haven't seen the second one. It's Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi certified classic. But I really like Sam Raimi. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2. Oh, classics. Absolute bangers. Absolute kino. But I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness. Apparently it's good. I don't want to get spoilers, so I don't know. This is my multiverse, not Doctor Strange. Mac Jr. sent me this in DMs. Oh my god. Okay, that's based. That is the real metaverse. That's the true metaverse that we're here for. That's what we want. Rip, oh fuck, I forgot his name. The actor for Tony Soprano. Now that everything referenced in there, based. Everything is kino of that shot. Come on, why can't I type? Oh, fuck, what's his name? What's his name? Who's he played by? Who's he fucking played by? Why isn't it saying who he's played by? James Gandolfini. Rip James Gandolfini, for real. Isn't Sam Raimi one of the Until Dawn actors? No, that's Rami Malek. He's the guy who played one of the fucking pharaohs in... What is it called? Night at the Museum. He played, like, the pharaoh. I can't even remember his fucking name. I was gonna say King Tut, but that motherfucker, he's real. He doesn't wake up with a gold fucking tablet. James Joseph Gandolfini Jr. Yeah, rip that guy. He's actually a really good actor. But they got his son to play him in the prequel, Many Saints of Newark, which I haven't seen, but I hear it's pretty good. Pretty fucking good. Yeah. Man, why can't I hold more than 3 viewers? I'm crying. That's whatever. Let them come. Please don't clip that out of context. I'm waiting for it now. Somebody's gonna DM me on Twitter. Just me saying let them come. Is that drift? I don't know. I do not know. Entirely possible. For one moment. Do you think if I promote. I've got nothing else to talk about though. Oh, I was gonna say if I like do one more push of promoting, I might get more viewers. But I've literally got nothing to talk about. I'm going insane. It's just an echo chamber. I talked about this last week, but when live streaming, you have to know how to drivel on. You know, you have to dribble bullshit for a long time, but I just can't do it. I can't even hold a conversation in person. You know what I mean? Like if you met me in person, I probably wouldn't be able to hold a conversation for that long. Maybe like 10, 15 minutes. And then I'll just go schizo. I'll just start talking about random shit that kind of interests me. Then again, that is exactly what this is. This is just me going fucking crazy. Have you seen the Steve will do it situation? No, actually. I have not. Okay. Here we go. This is where the stream goes for 3 fucking hours. Steve will do it. What happened with Steve will do it? Is that the guy who did the fucking, he did like a crypto scam. He did a crypto shitter scam, didn't he? Like, a while ago. Dude, I'm the same, but I start random and yeah, for real. I think that's the best way to start, because then, like, you can't really derail, you know what I mean? We'll do it. Oh, can I just shit on someone for a moment, please, ladies and gentlemen? David Dobrik. That motherfucker sucked. He always sucked. And then it only came out, like, you know, when he was like, oh, he's abusing his friends, blah, 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 making him do dumb shit for views and putting them in danger. No, that's not when I hated him. I hated him from the beginning. His content sucks, man. No offense. Everyone's gonna probably, like, bad take, oh, you're shit. I just don't like it. Fuck Dobrik. For real, man. Amen to that. I'll drink to that. He's just not ever been interesting, you know what I mean? David Dobrik. He's just like cookie cutter personality, YouTube personality. Loud, make funny hand movements and jump cuts to shit that happens interesting in the vlog, and then people will view, and they do, and it's shit and it's sad. Fuck David Dobrik for real. Steve will do it. Popular TikToker and YouTuber Steve will do it. Set up a lookalike rapper to passively diss a deceased friend of the person he is. A replica doppelganger. The whole rap gang beef, but it is a weird situation he tied himself into. What the fuck? Steve will do it. Come on, Steve will do it. I thought better of you. Steve will do it. What is it? Lil Durk lookalike. Okay, let's go. Let's read this shit. First article I found. Fake Lil Durk's Instagram video about 6ix9ine and Steve will do it stirs up drama. Fake Lil Durk, aka Lil Perkio, who went viral for his resemblance to the Chicago rapper, I have no idea who Lil Durk is, recently made some claims in an Instagram video about 6ix9ine and YouTuber Steve will do it. It hasn't been long since the Lil Durk lookalike rose to fame, and he has already found himself in some serious drama. The star has been popping all over the internet for his uncanny resemblance to the Barbarian singer. He has also become a favourite among YouTubers who want to collaborate with him. One such recent collab that Lil Perkio was supposed to be a part of apparently went south. The star soon released an Instagram video about it, explaining his side of the story. Damn, they do look alike, for real. Look very similar. A look at fake Lil Durk's viral Instagram video. DJ Academics, who has his finger on the pulse of the hip-hop world, reposted the viral video on his Instagram. The over 7-minute long clip sees fake Lil Durk talking about doing a collab with the Nelk Boys. Perkio claimed that the YouTube group reached out to him on Instagram and asked for a collab, to which he agreed. He goes on to repeatedly claim that 6ix9ine and his entourage ambushed him and appeared at the scene unexpectedly. They were talking about 6ix9ine in the beginning, the influencer said. I didn't know 6ix9ine was there at all. We went upstairs and then 6ix9ine came and they just ambushed me. Everybody ambushed me. He threw a jacket on me, the influencer said about one of the members who was allegedly present along 6ix9ine's. Before that, I said that I want to do no video with 6ix9ine and none of that. Very good English. Lil Perkio said, I don't want to disrespect OTF. I don't want to disrespect Dirk. I don't want to disrespect nobody. He said, referring to the Chicago rap collective started by Lil Durk, OTF, I'd imagine. He also revealed that Steve Will Do It was present at the location. The Look-Like influencer claimed that he wanted to leave and that he expressed the same to Steve Will Do It and others. All of these boys ambushed me, everybody. He further claimed that Steve Will Do It set him up by bringing in 6ix9ine. Okay, alright, so he basically fucking backed him into a corner and then was like, 6ix9ine, fucking... You can watch the video here, but it is warned that explicit language has been used in this clip. That's fine. Okay, let's have a look at that in a minute. 6ix9ine and Steve Will Do It respond to Perkio's claims. His claims didn't sit well with rapper 6ix9ine and YouTuber Steve. He's a fucking NFT, bro. Cringe. Cringe NFT, brother. Steve commented under DJ Academic's reposted video of Little Perkio and claimed, Cap, I want a CDM. That's so cringe. Why say it like that? Further calling out the influencer's claims, he said, I never messaged him to collab, was unaware he existed until today. He came to do something with 6ix9ine for money. He played himself for cash. Rapper 6ix9ine wrote under another video, Steve didn't set anything up, he's lying. Look at my story, he knew what he was coming for. Interesting. DJ Academics shared another video with the caption, apparently this is footage of Perkio, aka Fake Lil Durk, taking and counting the 7k he was promised for doing a video with 6ix9ine. Who cares? He's a lookalike. He looks like him. Steve really did do it. He really fucking did. He really ambushed Lil Durk, fake Lil Durk. He did a YouTube apology, then got roasted and cancelled, but then did the classic re-apology, but with lots of money. Same person. Yeah, literally, this fucking motherfucker's just copy and pasted himself. He just needs the red. Alright, let's see this video. Motherfucker got a 7-minute Instagram live.
Yo, and I got videos, I got everything proven, everything coming too. That's crazy, y'all. This nigga really using me for clout. I didn't even know he was gonna be there. That's crazy, though. Should I start right now?
Is he being coerced to make this? To make this video?
It's crazy.
Is he gonna say anything?
Yeah, so...
If my lives were like this... Man, this guy's getting a lot of fucking viewers and he's just sitting there saying nothing, doing fucking nothing. He's sitting there in silence for a full like 20 seconds. Brain dead, motherfucker.
Yeah, what actually happened, what actually went down. So basically, that YouTuber, what their name is? Nelk, I don't know, I don't really know their name. Nelk what? Nelk Boys, yeah, actually Nelk Boys, you feel me? They hit me up on IG. They sent me, they said, do I want to collab with anything and everything. I was like, all right, yeah, bet. I'm going to collab with them. So I start, you know, we chopped it up and everything. They said, all right. So they sent me the ID. They said, we're going to collab. And then my manager had talked to them. My manager had said, you know, what y'all got in mind, like what y'all going to do, you feel me?
I want to see if Steve Will Do It did a response video. The man on the back of the doppelganger's jacket that was forced on him is the picture of the actual rapper's dead best friend who Tekashi 6ix9ine disses at to disrespect to Little Durk. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. The doppelganger is also a poor Haitian immigrant trying to make a media presence. In this video, though, listen, somebody whispers to him in his response. Yeah, you can hear it, like he's like, do you want me to start now? Like he's being coerced to fucking say this for sure.
And then, you know, they said they just wanted me in a video, and feel me, like just Dirk and them, you know, just like, cause I had seen Dirk, I did an interview with them boys, and then they asking me, I was like, all right, it's cool, I'm gonna just do it. So, you know, I pulled up and then they started asking me some question. They said, you know, We about to film the video upstairs and everything. I'm like, all right, cool and everything. And then they talking about some 6ix9ine at the beginning. I thought they was trolling. I was like, all right, cool. You feel me? I was like, 6ix9ine and everything, but I didn't know 6ix9ine was there at all. And then so they said, let's go upstairs. You know, we about to shoot the video.
Mers.
Me and
Good seeing you, man.
Steve. What was his name? Still would do it. Yeah, still would do it. Yep. Cause I didn't talk to him. I just came and then we was chopping them and everything. And then we went up. When we went up, me and my manager, and my cameraman too. My cameraman was with me, and then them boys ambushed me. I saw 6ix9ine came out of nowhere. 6ix9ine and then his crew. He had a lot of niggas around him too. Like they all came, and then there was that one nigga that came and then start talking to me with a jacket on. I didn't know what was in the jacket. And then he everybody ambushed me, like literally, like he threw the jacket on me, and then like I started saying, like this nigga was pressing his arms right here. It was pressing, and then I'm like, yo, I was looking at him, and then every of them boys, like they was filming and everything, they was filming and all that. So I'm like, you know, like before that, I was like, you know, I don't want to do no video. Like no video with 6ix9ine, none of that. I said I don't want to disrespect OTF. I don't want to disrespect Dirt. I don't want to disrespect nobody. You feel me? I said I don't want to disrespect nobody, and then they like literally everybody ambushed me and everything. And then 6ix9ine I said, what he said? Yeah, I said, you know, no, I think I said I wanted to leave. Like I didn't want to stay. I said I'm very uncomfortable right now. I talked to the Stevie Will Do It guy. I said I don't want to do no videos with nobody. I don't want no beef. I don't want no none of that stuff. You feel me? Cause I'm actually, you know, cool with Dirk and everything. Cause he took me as a brother. You feel me? We talk and everything. You feel me? He make sure he showed me love and everything. So you feel me? Like it's like weird. Like it's very lame. 6ix9ine is very lame for that.
He got fucked up, man. He got fucked over. That's so sad. Rip this fucking academics. Is that this guy? Yeah, I assume so. Or fake little Dirk, whoever the fuck. This guy. Rip that dude. He got destroyed. He got set up. He got played. He got played like a fiddle. Like a fool. And it's kind of sad. I feel bad for him. Like you said, he's a fucking Haitian immigrant trying to make a media presence, trying to make a name for himself. It's just sad. They just like fucking play him like that. I think, was the idea to make it look like it was actually Lil Durk getting fucked over? Probably. Sad. Sad and cringe. Anyway, I think that's good. I think we can wrap up the stream here. We've gone 2 hours and 12 minutes. That's a very decent run. Very fucking decent run. We've been we've been going for a very long time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching the replay, incredible work, getting 2 hours and 13 minutes into it. That's a decent slog, and I am quite impressed. Thank you very much. You know what? Saturday Arc Live will continue next week, episode number 5. We're doing 4 episodes strong. I'm actually kind of impressed with that I've actually been able to do something somewhat consistently for a month. A month? If it's 4 weeks, 4 Saturdays, that'd be about a month, right? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did like the stream, be sure to like it and like the replay as well. I will see you all in the next Saturday